Well, I'm joined once again by Michael Bossaque, Senior Fellow at the Atlantic Council, joining us live from Odessa. Good to talk to you again, Michael. You and I talked on Monday, and here we are now, midweek. There seems to be an agreement about trade in the Black Sea, which is very close to where you are, actually. What do you make of what we know about this agreement?
Good to be with you again, Sally. Well, I guess to call it meager would be almost charitable. The concessions that have been demanded by Russia are quite considerable. As my friend and colleague, Ambassador John Herbst, said, it's basically giving the Russians sanctions relief for their agricultural bank and other instruments they use to conduct international trade. It's basically a shot in the arm for the stumbling Russian economy. And looking at what was negotiated by the U.S. side, it's becoming clearer and clearer to a lot of us that there's a increasing alignment between the Trump administration and the Kremlin, because once again, the Kremlin seems to be getting so many concessions without giving much in return.
And just explain to us how important that route is for Russia.
Yeah, hugely important because they would like to, I think, also open up access, for example, the occupied Mariupol port to trade. And they also have a shuttle fleet of vessels that transport mostly oil operating through the Black Sea, over 1,000, I believe. And they would want freer access for that. But I should point out for Odessa, which is a big driver of the Ukrainian economy, this accomplishment to open up the Black Sea further is very, very important because the city is really suffering right now. I was with a group of Odessan residents yesterday, and they're very skeptical. They don't think that the sea lanes can be opened any further without giving.
I do remember,
Russia.
Michael, if we remind ourselves that at the beginning of this war, there was a deal then in place, wasn't there, to protect trade in the Black Sea, but it fell apart very quickly, didn't it?
Right. The Russians backed out of it because they weren't getting what they wanted. And what it did for the Ukrainians, it required Ukrainian vessels to be searched before it went through that small strait in Turkey. So that's a hindrance. I spoke to a port official yesterday, and he said what they really want to get going here is the container port. There is grain moving, but it's the containers that they want to get out in big, big volumes to relieve stress off the roads and railways. Problem there is Russia has been striking ships, I think about 3 in the past month, and that makes it very difficult to get full traffic moving from here.
OK. Michael, good to check in with you again as this week progresses. Thanks for your time. Michael Bossaque there joining us live from